welcome to L10. I'm Fiona Pando. We have many exciting stories to share with you today, but first, here are some headlines from this week. 13 fifth formers were recognized by the College Board as either National African American or Hispanic Scholars. Congratulations to these Laurentians. Fifth formers Dee Ross and Kate Riley hosted a spikeball tournament fundraiser for the From Homes to Homes Foundation. The money raised will help build safe houses, provide education and health care for families in Guatemala. As a former sports writer for the Boston Globe, Bob Ryan has covered athletic competitions ranging from the Olympics to the NBA Finals. Our sports team spoke to him about his professional experience in the world of sports journalism.
I'd like to ask you, what sparked your love for writing about sports and sports journalism?
I was born into a sports family. I like to kiddingly say, but it is with great degree of accuracy, I do not truly remember a time in my life when we weren't at a game, going to a game, or getting ready to go to a game.
You mentioned that you were the head sports editor for the Lawrence. Can you talk about the experience you had writing for the Lawrence?
It was one of the peak highlight things of my whole Lawrenceville life. That opportunity that having a weekly paper that is afforded you at a prep school that is not available to you at any high school was invaluable to me, because that was clearly the path I was on, and that helped me develop my writing skills by having that kind of frequent opportunity to write.
After Boston College, you started writing for the Globe. Can you talk about how that opportunity came to be? And
yes, I worked for the school paper, and I also did school radio station. I was the play-by-play basketball guy for 4 years, and I was on the school paper. I was not the editor, but the editor happened to be my roommate. And when the time came in the senior year, I didn't have it was like early March, and I didn't have a plan. I was going to be 1A in the Army, and it was the height of Vietnam. I didn't know what was going to happen. And it just so happened that he was given the opportunity by the man who was the head of the school's public relations to interview for an internship at the Boston Globe. Well, he did not want to be a journalist. He was given that opportunity because of his connection. And fortunately, his boss, Eddie Miller, said, I have another guy. I was the other guy. So I got that interview for an internship at the Boston Globe. And about 3 weeks later, I got a notification that I was accepted.
Would you have any advice for any Laurentians or anybody who's looking to get into the sports media world, whether it be as a journalist or as you've had experience on TV as well? Is there any advice you may have?
I only have one piece of advice. If you're not a big reader, you're in the wrong business. No great writer isn't a big reader. And that's that.
Lawrenceville hosted its first all-school dance of the year, Back in the Bowl. Senior specialty producer Federica Sahabian takes us along to the event and speaks to social representative Caroline Foster.
What's it like having your first dance 6 feet apart?
It's a little different than what I would have expected it to be. It's still fun nonetheless.
They definitely made the best out of a difficult situation, to say the least.
I think it's a lot of fun just to have everyone out here. It's great to see everyone in the bowl and just kind of come back together.
I'm having a wonderful time. I don't think the 6 feet is hurting me at all.
It's the same thing as a normal dance, except a little bit more awkward.
For the most part, it's really fun.
What song do you wish they would play?
Wait on Me by Chef G.
Say a Green Light by Pitbull would be a great one.
I hope we can hear Juice WRLD, Robbery Tonight.
I want to see a lot of Pitbull. Hotel room service would be great.
Will you show me your best dance move? Oh, wow, you're a really good dancer. So what other socially distanced events do you have for this year?
We have some clubs, houses, and other organizations organize their own events, so give them a little creativity too.
Now to more headlines. The boys' cross-country team defeated Blair and Mercersburg in their first virtual meet of the year. Big Red Track has also participated in their first intra-squad scrimmage this past week. Great job to all of these amazing runners. Laurentians are making an impact in their community. Third former Alex Shaw started a free online tutoring service called the New Jersey UnoLearn, which provides academic and emotional assistance to elementary and middle school students in their local area. The first ever October Dance Series showcased all 5 of Lawrenceville's dance teams, as well as the Lawrenceville Dance Collective. our arts team brings you the behind-the-scenes look as the dancers rehearsed for the show.
I gave Miss Christina a call saying, we're going to have a performance on October 31st. And she said, that's 4 weeks away, 5 weeks away. And I said, yes, it is.
I said, if we're going to make this happen on your incredibly ambitious time frame, I think we will need to rehearse via Zoom.
The theme, Boogie in the Night, is, well, it's an homage to Halloween because our performance is on Halloween.
Halloween spirit into this dance was kind of hard because American Halloween is kind of only American, and we were trying to see what kind of spooky aspects we could include in something that's not originally American.
So when I thought boogie, I thought of like Halloween, scary, and so I was like, how can I incorporate that with suave, which is like Latinx dance? And so my influence was Dia de los Muertos, which is like Day of the Dead, so therefore we have a lot of like skeleton choreography, like we try to be very slick and we're waking up from the dead.
Prior to this experience, I really liked like tight-knit formations, but clearly this year that can't really happen. So what I've been trying to do is add a lot more levels and add more dimensions to the dance. So not everyone's doing the same thing at the same time.
This is the first time that we're performing as a full group, and it's like not just the small group of captains. So I'm really excited about that because El Crew is the first mainly hip hop dance group on campus. None of the other dance groups really focus on hip hop. And so I think we're really unique, especially in the fact that we really have dancers from all levels.
For the final segment on this week's show, we bring you an interview with Sasaki architect Vinicius Gorgati and head of School Murray regarding the ongoing construction to the golf course. Senior news producer Caroline Bednar brings you an update on the future plans for our beautiful campus.
Okay, I'm Vinicius Gorgati. I'm an architect and a principal with Sasaki Associates. Sasaki is a planning, architecture, and landscape architecture firm. We're based in Boston, Massachusetts. I think what we're going to talk about today, the golf course has in fact a sort of a role or is part of the broader picture of the master plan. So we've been talking about it for a while. So the golf course, just to give you a sense of how it came to be part of the conversation. One of the charges that we were given for the master plan of the Lawrenceville School was to think about how the campus could evolve with the community over the next 20, 30, 40 years.
The golf course obviously has been kind of an iconic feature of this campus for a long time, and it's been continues to be a wonderful resource to everybody, and we value it. But it fits into a larger picture of a really campus master plan that we started developing about 3 years ago. The decision we made was that the golf course, as lovely as it is, serves a relatively small number of community members, whereas developing a carless center of the campus, and there's a jogging path that will go all the way around the outside, that will kind of follow along the side of the road. And that feature will benefit really the entire community in generations to come. And so that's the basis for making the decision that would affect the golf course.
I think in the immediate aftermath of the project being done, and that's in about 3 years or so, there is an opportunity for a 6-hole course that will be streamlined and optimized for practice.
We are actively planning to keep it an important feature and part of our athletic program, but also recreationally in the years to come. So we're on it.
That's all for this week's show. As always, we welcome your suggestions. And if you have a story to tell, please let us know by email or DM us on one of our social media platforms. Want to see how L10 works? Register for our final L10 workshop this coming Sunday, where we will be teaching editing and interviewing skills. The link was sent in an email. From all of us here at L10, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.